Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaRakakadosh, the one that's the elder apostle, the great millstone that rule well. And Shalom to all the brothers, pushing the word to the four corners, doing this work in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Shalom. Got this all going Mashable. Well, it's interesting because I saw, it's kind of another, individual website kind of doing it. But the various corners of the internet are kind of being impacted by like the two laws. We've got two articles in it because the one in the UK, the Online Safety Act, is requiring people to. Well, I'll just read it. So it's on Mashable. It says Reddit users in UK must now upload selfies to access not safe for work subreddits. The change is due to new age verification laws in the UK. So yeah, to access like not safe for works, obviously, mostly it'll be like porn related stuff, but then it could be like anything with, I don't know, like gore or anything kind of adult oriented. Because even with that, I think with the law, it kind of defines what the hell is the not safe for work or whatever, or adult oriented. It likely can just expand that kind of definition, because I feel like you could have aspects of the news that can fall under that, because it might be reporting on certain things in the news might then be like, okay, no, it's not safe for work, so you're gonna have to verify to get access to it. But as far as with with these laws, they kind of feel like they're the kind of lightest version of how they can kind of bring these in to seem reasonable. It's like, oh, we're making it so children can't access pornography. Because I'll read a bit. It says Reddit has announced it will begin verifying the age of users in the UK, responding to a new law coming into effect this month. The UK Online Safety Act has new requirements to implement additional measures to prevent children from accessing age-inappropriate content. Reddit's chief legal officer Ben Lee posted on Reddit Safety on Monday. So starting July 14, in the UK, we'll begin collecting and verifying your age before you can view certain mature content. And the thing with just with doing that is that's been the desire, collecting and basically getting a face and a name tied to particular accounts. So they're saying you can do a selfie, but then obviously it's like if you look young, then you'd have to send what do you call it, your ID, like your driving license, your passport, your whatever, to kind of prove that you're you're, even if you look young, you're an adult. But then obviously so what does it say? Okay, I'll read a bit more. So it says initially passed in 2023, the UK Online Safety Act requires all platforms that host certain restricted content to establish an age verification system by July 24th. While many users turn to Reddit for primarily family-friendly matters, the platform also has a substantial collection of not safe for work subreddits, which will fall under the UK's new legislation. As such, Reddit has partnered with Persona, a third-party age verification provider. So yeah, it's a separate company that's taking care of it, and then it will really be like Persona that's gonna have the relationship with the government. And so what does it say? It says users in the UK wish to access restricted content will need to upload either a selfie or their government ID. which persona. And the thing is as well, they're doing digital IDs for was it driving license and oh, I forget what it is, but it's driving license at least. So they might connect those where they'll say, oh, you can just connect your government ID as a form of your digital ID as a form of verification, and then obviously they'll then be able to have that connection between this is the Reddit account, and then and this is just for Reddit. There's various other websites where you could have it where this is the connected name person, their real name to their online name. So what does it say? Which persona will use to verify that they're 18 years over 18? Users who don't pass a check will not be able to access such content, including that which is sexually explicit. Reddit stressed that this system is only to verify users' age, and it has no interest in your identity. And that's the joke of that is okay. Yeah. So you scroll down. So I'll scroll down just cause it's that's BS. It says while Reddit is only introducing Persona's age verification for users in the UK, it's also making changes in other regions. Lee also announced that the platform is introducing the option for users to provide their birth date to optimize your Reddit experience. Specifically, Reddit states this will enable them to tailor content and ads depending upon a user's age. So, they might not legally have access to this information. Maybe they will. Who the fuck knows? Because these men say one thing, but what the reality of it is there might be loopholes, or they might not get a specific date of birth, but they might get like an age range where they get like 18 to 25, 18 to 24, 25 to 35, and then like 30, 36 plus, 35 plus, whatever. They might get age ranges. They might not get the specifics. And that that could obviously be the fucking thing, but these men want the information because as fast as it allows them to monetize people easier, and obviously the government wants it so it can build these profiles on the populace easier, which they're already doing. They've already got various ways to do. And that's really the point of these systems. And the thing with this is what specifics the government's asking for from Persona. Because what does it say? It says Reddit stressed that the system is only to verify users' age and it has no interest in your identity. Lee further stated the Persona won't know what subreddits you visit, and as promised, it won't keep users' uploaded images more than 7 days. The thing is, anyway, it's like it will have the account and whatever the account username or whatever, or some marker for the account. And then it will have, your date of birth and either a selfie of you and or your government ID. And the one thing is like you can get that those things can get hacked, because a lot of these things be getting hacked. They be getting hacked easy. Is the one, and then two is what does it say? It says has to keep them upload image for 7 days. I'm guessing that's related to the legislation in some way, where if the government says like, hey, you have to confirm like 20 random accounts or 200 random accounts or something, that you're actually doing an age verification properly. Or there's going to be some backdoor for the government to have to check. Otherwise, there's no fucking point to it. If little Timmy, who's 11, can upload his picture and get the green light, then there's going to be no. Obviously, the government's going to have a check on it. So then there'll be an amount of of what you call it, of access they kind of have to have, of a back and forth they have. And that's the thing is a lot, all of these systems, they kind of like, they'll say like, oh yeah, no, we care about your safety, we care about your privacy, blah blah blah. But then, in reality, the degree to which, they're kind of utilizing that information, or talking to people about these things is not known. Because what's the age verification laws spark digital privacy concern? Yeah, it says, is Reddit just watching or is it fighting against the legislation? On a related note, why can't the digital wallets on smartphones enable age/identity verification for apps and services? They have your digital ID. Why can't they offer endpoints for getting the owner's age and some kind of unique identifier? And and that's the thing is what does it say? As it is, the UK Online Safety Act requires individual websites to collect users' information and verify their age. Yeah, that was, so they were saying, I remember this originally, they were saying like each of the websites has to store like details on who's using it. So that was part of the thing they were saying, like it'll be like depending on how fucking shit the website is or how shit the funding is towards it, it could be very easy to hack and access, and then you get access to like fucking millions of people's IDs. So people are gonna be looking to, and people are already looking to hack those things, especially like different governments as well. So it's that's the thing. It's something that just collecting the information you're liable. Because what say to collect their user information and verify their age. Leaving out to platforms to ensure they comply with the law, free speech, and digital privacy access have expressed serious concern regarding such age verification requirements, stating they're ineffective and unenforceable and present considerable privacy risks. Yeah, I mean, they even said like people could be using like AI generated images as well to pass it, because ain't no way in hell it's gonna be actual people checking each individual picture. And then once someone kind of gets a prompt, to generate an image, like a good prompt to kind of generate an image that will pass verification, it's functionally useless. But then these things are, it's like the first step to where it's highly justified, because it's like, okay, we don't want kids accessing porn. That's the angle. So no one's gonna be like, oh well, actually no one can. Of course not. So then it's like, okay, it's justifiable to hand your ID over. But then the main thing that's been wanted from years back, from fucking forever, from like early 2000s, is linking your online presence with the person in real life. And in the UK is where people are getting grabbed up and thrown in the slammer for things they post on Facebook and Twitter. So it's this is just a big push for that. And then it's called the Online Safety Act. So it's just like, it's keeping people safe online. But it's really about the Online Identification Act, really, because they establish these third parties where you're meant to go, and then it's like, okay, look, the website doesn't know, but the third party knows. But then it's like, who's the third party is gonna have to be dealing with the government. So then the government knows, and then to what extent, who the fuck knows? Because there was this as well, the one in Australia where it was even here, it's on Mashable as well. It says, while age verification is coming to search engines in Australia, the new rules take effect at the end of 2025. So even in search engines. So this was what I think it was Google and Microsoft. So Bing. So to use even Google in Australia, you're gonna have to throw up some ID, which Well, to access anything that's not in safe search, you're gonna have to throw up ID. And obviously, just it's pornography again. But then even with that, it's like there's certain websites where it might be marked as like, was it safe search, and then unsafe or whatever. I think a lot of like even like piracy related things, those things will be marked as, or certain error, just sections of the web where it's not porn related. It might just be certain kinds of information, will then just be, or even just certain topics can be marked as like not safe for work, or safe search. What is it? I can't remember what the unsafe search is called. But then these will be the things I'll kind of throw in there and say, oh, it's protecting children. But then it's gonna be they'll have your real ID linked to your search engine, and then what you're searching. Because the thing is, anyways, is Google already tracks what you're searching. You have to go to get Google to not track what you're searching. You have to go for, into the account. It takes hella work to do that. But that's that is what their entire business model fucking thrives off, is using information of like what you search to kind of tailor ads, everything to you, and then selling that information on to other companies. And then it's even now with like it's like, was OpenAI, I believe Microsoft also ChatGPT, Microsoft's got, and then Google's got Gemini. They're using tracking prompts that are used in AI, different prompts that you use to to basically have create skeletons, create frameworks of how they can kind of thingy, what of the people, to link back to the person that's using the search. And the thing with these as well is where's it says? This is a bit further down. Yeah, so it says, per the rules, search engines with account holders must implement appropriate age assurance measures for account holders and apply tools and or settings like safe search functionality at the highest setting by default for an account holder. Its age assurance systems indicate is likely to be an Australian child. So yeah, that's. I remember when they passed this, I was thinking, I was like, just because I think it was like under 15 or under 16 counts as a child. So then it's like, how are you gonna prove you're over the age of 16 or whatever? Well, obviously they're gonna need to collect your ID, and then for you to, and because it's like they said it was like, I think it was social media. Okay, yeah, fucking hell. So it wasn't even more broad than that. So it says the purpose of the legislation is to prevent children from running into pornographic content and high-impact violence material via search engines. Per the regulations, when a search engine is engaged in safe search mode, such content must be filtered out entirely. In instances where the age assurance cannot be done, like if the user is logged in, such images and material must be blurred. So yeah, I was thinking even like news articles again, like, because of high-impact violence material. Like you could have news articles that just get cut off. Certain sources of information just cut off. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is, so according to the Australian Computer Society, the measures are similar to what's being considered for the country's under 16 social media ban. So yeah, that's the thing I was saying. I was like, it's a social media ban, but it's been broadened. Oh no, it's two separate ones. So the search engine one's separate. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, for the fucking social media, I was like, why the hell is search engine being affected? But then they passed the other thing. So that's the thing. So the thing I'm wondering then as well is because safe search is a default, but then when you're not logged in, on a search engine, you can turn off safe search anyway. Because a lot of time, I mean, back in the day, Google used to be a lot better for getting information, man. I remember there used to be websites you would kind of be able to search up where you'll kind of be looking for information, especially around Amalek. And then you turn the safe search off, then you get a lot better sites that are kind of going into things. But then a lot of that shit's been filtered out. Like, it's very difficult to find those things anyway. Whether it's like old YouTube videos that are still like they're probably still on YouTube, because a lot of the shit from like 10-15 years ago is still there. But then in the Google search, it's the same thing. You used to be able to kind of get to those bits of information, but then now it's gonna be very fucking difficult to get there. So I'm wondering if they have it where you need to verify age to get the unsafe search, to turn it off. That might be a thing where it's like, oh, you might need to verify ID, and that's the thing is with this, that's just the starting line, as far as like, we're gonna have you, man, need to put your ID in, just for the safety of the children. It's gonna expand and broaden, because that's been the objective for for a while. As far as for the elite, man, they don't like how broad, anonymous, and easy to get information out is with the internet. But then through the spirit, that's really what the key role it's had, man. Because I read this, Revelations 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark on the name of the beast or the number of his name. And yeah, that's all layers of society basically having to be within that system, and then having needing that mark to get by. And these are that's the build up, the precursor to it. Because a big one is just is tracking with that mark, man. Being able to know, okay, where you spending your money, where you doing this, where you doing that. And they've as far as for payment systems, they've already got a big layer of that in place with a digital what's it called, with like credit cards, debit cards. But then what a lot of this movement online, tracking that as well, tying these things all down, so it's like you can basically see within the system who and where someone is, what they're doing at all times, man. And these are the things that you've kind of got Facebook, you've got things that already people are just giving up the information, but then they want that total control, because that's really what what Esau's elite are about, man. Total control, nothing outside of the system. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom.